So the next thing people like is the tax advantages. I just talked about the big beautiful bill. That's coming up. The 100% depreciation is probably going to come back. It's already passed. I want to say through Congress. Now it's got to go to the Senate or one or the other. It went through the Senate. Now it's got to go through Congress. I really truly believe it's going to pass. Here's why. And I'm going through this as a tax advantages. Because if you haven't noticed, Donald Trump's a freaking brilliant negotiator. When he negotiates, he asks for a ton of shit. I do it too. I'm like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. But here's the deal. When you negotiate in your professional negotiator, you ask for a lot of stuff, but those are throwaway things. You really don't want that. There's one or two things you really want. The bonus 100% bonus depreciation he wants, the tax cuts he wants, and I want to say there was something else. All the Medicaid stuff, they're going to fight that. They're going to be like, hey, you can't do this for Medicaid. You're not going to be able to cut people off of their SNAP, or they're going to not be able to get food stamps and stuff like that. Basically, they're not going to get it, but they're going to have to actually work somehow or put themselves in a situation where they're not stuck on assistance all the time, which is a drain on the economy, right? So, but anyways, I bring that up because the tax advantages do get spread back to you because if let's say you're a partner in a deal and there's 100% depreciation, there's 100% bonus depreciation again. Let's say you paid same example, $100 million for a deal. You're a limited partner in the deal. It's you and 100 other people. You guys put in the $40 million together collectively. I got the debt on the property. Now we get to write off in that first year $100 million of that asset per the purchase price. And that gets spread back to our investors. And whatever's left over, you get to keep that and use it the next year and the next year and the next year. That's the advantages. That's why the wealthy continue to invest their money in real estate. There's no other asset class that allows you to do that. None, zero, nothing. So that's the benefit of that. And then next, you get to control your appreciation, your future appreciation. That's why I don't like the stock market. You can't control that, right? They're talking about right now like how Trump escalates Apple tariffs. You can't so that means the Apple stocks went down. You can't control what's going to happen. Yes, values will come back up, but you can't control it. With real estate or multifamily real estate, I can increase the rent, I can lower the expenses, I can dispute the taxes, I can get a blanket policy for our insurance over a portfolio and lower our expenses on our insurance costs. All of those things force appreciated value because multifamily real estate is actually valued by its income, by the revenue, right? And naturally by the returns and things like that. Cap rates is a bunch of other things. Don't get confused. But what I'm talking about right now is we get to control the future appreciation of that asset because we can do what's called forced appreciation or force the value or add value by increasing the income. And that's how you increase the value of the assets. It's not like a single family house. And last but not least, it's an inflation hedge. Look, if you have real assets, you want inflation. You don't not want inflation. You want the cost of lumber to go up, glass to go up, steel to go up, labor costs for people to go up. You want all that stuff to go up because as it gives you a natural lift in if it costs more, then your real assets begin to be worth more without you pushing on them. Right? That's valuable to know because when you start understanding what's really happened, look, don't get confused with watching Wall Street. CNBC is great. They're going to give you this. I talk about it all the time. They can come online and they can say, they had Apple phones. If you keep your Apple phone in your pocket too close next to your genitalia, it's going to burn your genitalia off and you're going to have less sperm count and blah, blah, blah because of radiation from the battery. Apple stocks will plummet. Period. You know what won't plummet during that month or that time based on that bad headline, whether it's true or whether it's not, because people get scared? Your real estate. Your real estate investments will not go down during that time. Why? Because people don't give a shit about Apple stocks. They're going to be like, hey, I need a roof over my head that's safe, that's clean, that's near hospitals, near good schools, near entertainment, in a city that's continuing to grow. That's what matters. So if you can actually put a block on that thought, that real estate as a stable investment outside of what's happening in the market is a better place to have your money than crooked Wall Street. And depending on the retirement for you and your family in the future and going ahead and moving your money into a real asset that if you can believe that that's better for you, then I want to convince you of that all the time. That is my holy crusade at this moment is to revolutionize the way that people invest in real estate instead of depending on Wall Street for their retirement and their future for their families. I'm going to do that. That is my purpose. I will not stop, and I want to do that with you guys. So, long video, but I love this stuff because I'm really trying to convince you that this is the way that you need to be. Like whether you do this with me, you do it with somebody else, this still needs to be something because I wish somebody had taught me this. One, if somebody taught me this when I was younger, I'd have $10 billion worth of real estate already. I would have never, ever bought a single family house because I was buying them and selling them and or the multifamily properties that I did, small ones too, I'd still have them. I would have never sold. I would have refinanced them, pull my money out the way that I'm looking to do with the fund and pay my investors back. And I would have flipped into more deals, but I would have never stopped. I would have never bought single family. I would have only kept my multifamily and only bought them. And oh, by the way, I would have had a lot more partners. Are you an accredited investor with 300,000 or more liquid in the bank? I want you to come and partner with me. Look, if you love real estate, passive income, and positive cash flow, appreciation over long periods of time, and you're willing to be patient, come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com. This is for accredited investors with 300,000 or more in the bank, ready to go. Come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com.